Are you ready to be shocked with what I do with Dollar Tree brown paper gift bags? Stick around and find out. I love to use book pages in my crafts. I'm going to take this plain bag from the Dollar Tree and use some pages from a book. And I'm looking for pages that have more words than anything, less spaces. And then I'm going to use some cardboard as well. What I'm going to do is take my moss, fern, and celery chalk paint by Waverly, and after I rip up the pages of the book into 4 sections, I'm going to lightly paint with water on my brush, so kind of creating like a watercolor effect. I'm going to paint each of the colors on 3 of the little broken pages, and then I'm going to mix them for the 4th one because I just want kind of the different tones of these colors. I got this idea from the Shabby Cottage. I love her creativity and art, and she did this not on cardboard, but she did this just with the papers. I'll link her Instagram and YouTube channel down below. You're definitely going to want to check her out. She is so talented and really, really fun too. So I thought I would add a little texture to it by cutting out cardboard in the shape of 3 different triangles to make little Christmas trees. And then I'm going to dry off those pages and make sure that they are not wet anymore because the water really did kind of make them wet. And I'm just going to rip them into little strips. Once I do that, I'm going to take them and I'm going to use this really cool, like, kind of adhesive roller. I'll have this in my Amazon store. I love it because it's not wet. So you can use any kind of paper with this. So I'm just going to roll that on, and then I'm just going to put strips of the book pages with the different colors and just kind of mix them up on each of the little trees until I get to the very top. And I just think it looks really, really cute. Then I'm going to take the sides and just rip them right off the edge of the cardboard, and it just gives that nice little distressed rip look, which goes along with the strips that I made. I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of them, but first I'm going to glue the very first one onto the bag, kind of right in the center there. I'm going to add some little pieces of cardboard on the back of each of the little trees, 2 on one and 3 on the other, so I can create different heights, and then I will hot glue it right to the front, and I'm going to put them over the original tree just again, like give that dimension. And then I'm going to take some berries off of a pick and I'm put one at the top of each of the trees, hot glue them on. And that is just like the little topper to each of the trees. So cute. And then I've got this little like pine tree pick. And I just kind of pulled it apart and I'm just going to hot glue it underneath the bottom of the trees just to add, a little more pizzazz. I just think it's so cute. And it would be just a gorgeous, unique gift bag to give. Let me know what you think. I really love this one so much. For this plain gift bag hack, I'm going to use 3 acrylic paints. It's a green, a blue, and a red. And I'm just going to trace little circles on it using this little spray that I have. And I also got this idea from GINA at the Shabby Cottage as well. She did hers a little different, but I was very inspired by it, so I thought I would try it too on a gift bag. I'm going to fold a paper bag that I have that I use for painting, and I'm going to stick it on the inside because I don't want to get the bag to wet so the paint won't soak through. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It helps my channel. So I've got my 3 circles. They're going to be ornaments. I'm going to water down my brush. I'm going to take the blue paint first and turn it into like a watercolor. And I'm just going to, not perfectly, but go around that circle and fill it in. And again, it does not have to be like full coverage or perfect because I'm trying to make it look a little bit more like watercolor. I think it came out a little darker than that, but that's okay. I still really like it. So then I'm going to do the red next, and then the last one is going to be the green. And don't worry about those pencil marks because we're going to do something that will basically cover those up, although they'll become part of what we're doing actually. Next, I'm going to take this black marker. It's very fine point. And I'm just going to loosely draw the circle repeatedly around each ornament. And I want it to look kind of sloppy in a way, but it's just giving it that definition, and that's why you won't see the pencil. Now I'm going to draw the little metal pieces that would normally go at the top of the ornament. I'm just kind of roughing it. And then I'm going to take this silver metallic paint that I got at Walmart, and I'm just going to do 2 coats for each of those little ornament toppers. Once that's dry, I'm going to take that marker and I'm going to go over the outline again, just like I did with the ornaments. And I'm going to draw the little hanger on as well. This does not have to be perfect, just have fun. I'm going to take some Beacon fabric tack glue and I'm going to take my gold and white baker's twine that I got at Target last year, and I'm just going to hot glue it from the top of the ornament just past the top of the gift bag, and then I'll trim each piece so there's a little bit hanging over. And now you can see the little hangers. And then I'm going to take this white chalk marker from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to make a couple little marks at the top left and the bottom right of each ornament to give it like a three-dimensional look, as though the light is hitting it. I'm going to hot glue down that little extra piece of the twine to the inside. That is it, and I love this one. Let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree gift bag hack, I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to take some pumpkin Waverly chalk paint and a jot marker from the Dollar Tree also. I'm going to put that extra piece of a shopping bag inside to make sure that the wet paint doesn't soak through. And then I'm just going to freehand like kind of a half circle in the bottom right corner and then fill it in all the way to the edges. And you do not have to mark this ahead of time. You can just do this with your brush. It does not have to be perfect. And it doesn't have to be really solid coverage either. I'm going to dry that with my heat tool from Amazon. Saves me so much time. I'm going to take my black marker from the jot marker from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to draw 2 branches, one coming from each side of the little white half circle. I'm making a snowman if you haven't figured that out. And these are going to be his arms. And so here's the second one. I just drew a squiggly line and added some little branches. It's like he's reaching straight up into the sky. I'm going to make 2 little eyes, and then I'm going to make a mouth. And you can make these any way you want, whatever you like. Find me on social media. I'd love to see you there. Be sure to send me a picture if you make anything that I might have inspired you to create. I'm going to take the bottom side of a paintbrush, and I'm just going to use the white paint, and I'm going to make little snowballs, if you will, falling from the sky all around. Then I'm going to take a skewer stick and the flat side, and I'm going to make smaller ones. That way, create some definition of the different sizes of the snow coming down. I'm going to take an orange jot marker from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to draw a little nose. So keep in mind, he's looking straight up, so his nose is going to go upward. And so I'm just going to draw that out, but you can see where the white is versus the bag. So I'm going to come in with that pumpkin chalk paint, and I'm just going to go over the whole thing and make sure that it looks more like just one solid nose, not a two-tone nose. And having done this, it actually makes it look more like a carrot too. And then I'm just going to touch it up with a finer art brush at the bottom and make sure it looks cute. I love this. This is one of my favorites. Let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree plain gift bag hack, I've got 2 pieces of scrapbook paper. One is red, says Merry Christmas all over it. One's like a plaid. And then I've got this burlap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little tape runner thing, and I'm just going to put that all over the back, and I'm just going to put this square right on the front of that gift bag, just as it is. I had this as a scrap, and it was basically already the right size for me. And I love this because there's no moisture. It just sticks so well. Next, I am going to draw a half of a heart and then fold this piece of paper in the center of where the heart would be, so that when I cut just one side and I open it up, I will have 2 even sides. It's a little trick I use to get things the same on both sides. I know I could not draw a heart without making them funny from side to side. I'm also going to cut out a piece of this burlap. I'm going to set my heart on it, and then I'm going to hot glue the heart right to the burlap. Once I do that, I'm going to cut and leave a little edge of the burlap all around the heart. That way it kind of frames it. You don't have to do a heart. You could do a Christmas tree. You could do a snowman, whatever you want. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to hot glue that directly to the middle of that scrapbook paper. This is going to be just the cutest little rustic bag, and I just love this. So easy. Then I'm going to take some very thin twine from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to hot glue it as a border all the way around the square scrapbook paper. And literally, that's it. This was so easy. You could do a bunch of these and just have great gift bags. I love this one. And it's kind of like, doing scrapbooking, but on a gift bag. Let me know if this is something you would ever want to try. I think this is about the easiest one of all. For this Dollar Tree plain gift bag hack, I'm going to use some red acrylic paint. I'm going to use the gold and white baker's twine. I'm going to go ahead and line the inside of the bag with my other paper bag that I'm using. And I'm going to get my brush real wet and I'm going to just go all across the bag, the sides, the front, and the back with the red, kind of like a watercolor look. I will dry it all off with my heat tool. Then I'm going to thread a needle that I have. It's like a plastic kind of embroidery needle. I'm going to use my pokey tool from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to poke holes back and forth in the shape of a Christmas tree. So when it's all done, the shapes will form a Christmas tree going up to the top point. And the reason I'm doing the holes first is that my needle is plastic and it doesn't just go through the paper as easily as a metal one would. So if you have a metal one, you can do it. But this also ensures that they are proportioned and exactly in the right places. So then I'm going to start underneath. I already made a knot. I'm going to pull it through and I'm just going to go across and then go to the one next to it, and then go across and go to the one next to it, back and forth, so that my tree is just a bunch of lines going across that turns into a Christmas tree. And then I'm going to pull one right up at the top and I'm going to do one of these little knots that I learned years ago for embroidery, where you wrap the thread or twine or whatever it is around the needle, and then you take the needle out and you go right through the center and then put it back through the surface, and it creates a really big knot. I know there's a name for this, so those of you who know how to embroider, you can tell me the name. I forget. And then I'm just going to put it right through. I'm going to hot glue it down on the inside just to make sure it's really tight. And isn't that the cutest? Take a little piece of burlap and I'm just going to kind of glue it to itself, like kind of roll it over in thirds. And then I'm just going to hot glue it to the base and that becomes my tree trunk. Literally, that's all I'm going to do. You could add more embellishments to this. I decided to go simple. I do tend to go overboard, so I'm trying to keep it simple. And I do think this one is really easy and very, very cute. You could do different color twine too. And I think this would just be an adorable, easy way to make some beautiful gift bags. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay, bestie, let me know which one was your favorite and if you plan to recreate any of them. I really enjoyed making them and honestly, they were very, very easy. Thank you for watching. You are truly a blessing to me, and I'm going to have another video on the screen up here, and if you enjoyed this one, go ahead and click that one and watch it next. If you do, I will see you there. Bye.